Technology is ever-changing, and things we used to care deeply about when shopping for a new device quickly fade away from year to year. We definitely notice this from your comments on our videos. I'm Lida from Hypnotech, and here are 5 tech trends you used to want but no longer care about. When USB-C first hit the consumer market, championed as the one and only port you need for everything and anything, it was met with skepticism and reluctance to change from many people. After a lengthy time spent with USB-A, micro USB, and MagSafe cables, a change in norm would be a difficult transition. That would mean all the cables you have obtained over the years would become obsolete. Fast forward almost half a decade and the general perception has changed. We personally have had USB-C devices since the early days with phones like the Honor 8 or Nexus 6P, tablets like the Pixel C, and of course, laptops like the 12-inch MacBook. While we had the fortunate opportunity of wasting money year in and year out on new gadgets for this channel, many people stagger tech upgrades over a span of a decade and have only begun to experience the lifestyle change that USB-C provides. What I mean by that is once your entire ecosystem of tech devices revolve around USB-C as its source of power and information transfer, you only need one universal power brick and cable. For example, Alex has traveled nearly 20,000 miles since he first transitioned to USB-C devices, and he's shrunk his previous travel cable and bricks to just one set. Nintendo Switch, Galaxy Note 10, Pixel 3, iPad Pro, MacBook Pro, Pixelbook, Pixel Slate, doesn't matter what combination of daily drivers he's currently using in 2019. He can live with just one small charger set. When USB-C devices were first populating the market space, we would commonly see comments in our videos from worried viewers that they would never buy a USB-C device as their current infrastructure was what the industry should continue to be. USB-C still has its issues, but those comments have vanished in 2019. It just goes to show that we humans are a product of familiarity and frown upon change for better or worse. I'll never buy a big phone. Remember the days when you saw someone with a Galaxy Note 2 and thought, man, that guy must be blind if he needs a phone with that huge 5.5-inch screen to see. Alex was one of those folks with a Note 2, and I was one with a Note 3, and I vividly remember how many people commented on just how gigantic and unwieldy that phone was. There were comments even as recently as 2014 where people were disillusioned with the bigger, redesigned flagship iPhone 6 at a whopping 4.7-inch screen real estate. Apple would also release the iPhone SE that featured a more familiar 4-inch screen that Apple users were accustomed to. That seems laughable now in 2019, as we've declared in our review of the Galaxy S10e that a 5.8-inch display was the last compact phone remaining on Android. Alex is our resident compact phone lover, and he's often holding the smallest phone around me, whether that be the Pixel 3, XZ2 Compact, or the S10e. The Pixel 3 has a screen size of 5.5 inches, which if we go back in time to 2012, would have been the biggest screen real estate available on any phone. No one complains about big phones nowadays, well, other than Alex, because the market has completely shifted to media consumption, and we all see the benefits of having a nice, big platform for our eyes to look at the expense of holdability. I will never buy a phone without a micro SD card slot. This is one of the most common comments on this YouTube channel that I can recall when we first started Hypnotech a few years back. With the introduction of the Galaxy S6 redesign, Samsung made the unpopular decision of removing the option of expandable storage. That came, of course, at the expense of the new unibody design, which is still a staple of the Korean giant's design language to this day. They did bring it back in future iterations of their phones, but there has definitely been a culture change in tech trends. I rarely see anybody comment on boycotting devices that don't have micro SD card support at all in 2019. The increased storage options on visually pleasing unibody phones did help alleviate some of those concerns from users, but I surmise that the rise of cloud storage and streaming have completely changed the way that we as consumers perceive storage. I'll never buy a phone without a removable battery. This goes hand in hand with the micro SD card support case. There was a time when a majority of Android OEMs gave users a removable battery option as a premium feature. Oh, how times have changed. Whereas there is still a niche case for expandable storage in this current media consumption age of tech, I can't really think of a reason for a removable battery. With quick charging technology and Qi wireless charging taking its place, removable battery comments have gone extinct on our channel. I'll never buy an Android phone because the camera isn't as good as an iPhone. There was a time not too long ago when every new cycle of Android phones would be littered with, "But the camera isn't as good as an iPhone" comments. And for the most part, that statement was true. While you still get commentators who insist there is a huge gap between the two operating systems, the whole perception changed with the launch of the Google Pixel. With overwhelming positive critical acclaim, the Pixel phones have vaulted Android above iPhone levels. Now, it's a fun competition where a new iPhone comes out with a better camera, and then a new Pixel comes out to reclaim the title, and then the cycle continues every cycle. Even if you aren't necessarily a fan of one phone or the other, at least from the comments we've been seeing since the Pixel debuted, people have generally accepted that an Android phone can have just as good, if not better, camera results than an iPhone. That wasn't the general consensus as recently as 2016. Well, those are 5 tech trends we've noticed you no longer comment about as much in 2019. Are there any that we missed? See you soon. And that's it. Be sure to subscribe here, hit the bell button so you don't miss any of our videos, and check out our other videos right here. Until next time,